In Chapter 87 of Dragon Ball Super, Goku and Vegeta are still battling against Gas, a being who is cursed to be the strongest in the universe until he dies. Goku and Vegeta go through many Zenkais and gain massive increases to their power, but still cannot defeat this threat. Then Frieza comes in and just one-shots Gas, the man who was just pressing Goku and Vegeta even as a literal skeleton, with ease. He then targets Goku and Vegeta next, but not before revealing his new form, Black Frieza. He then rushes towards Goku and Vegeta, who just got healed to 100% by Minato, and they go into their strongest forms during the time, that being True Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. And Frieza proceeds to blitz and one-shot them both. And at this time, Frieza truly did become the strongest in the universe, and there is evidence to back this up. When Chapter 87 begins, the title is literally called The Universe's Strongest Appears, and there's only one person that appears that we haven't seen in this arc up until this point, and that being Frieza. But we do know that Frieza during this time is indeed one of the strongest mortals, because when Granola and Gas got their wishes to be the strongest in the universe, the dragon stated that they would only be the strongest mortals in the universe, and not actually surpassing or being above the gods. And it actually makes sense for Frieza to be the new universe's strongest, aside from Beast Gohan later during Dragon Ball Superhero, because Gas literally kept aging up and getting stronger in proportion to Goku and Vegeta, who we do know are still weaker than Beerus. And the fact that Gas instantly gets a rage amp and buffs up to try and fight Frieza, and then Frieza one-tapping him, with Gas's body then just aging up to a point where he just crumples up and dies and turns to dust, just goes to show that Frieza is on another level. Frieza didn't even consider killing or fighting Goku or Vegeta because of his 10-year training in a hyperbolic time chamber, and just lets them live to get stronger and fight another day. And with Beerus being the god of destruction of Universe 7, aside from Whis, he is the strongest being in the universe, and if Frieza truly wants to overthrow the Omni King and be the ruler of everything, he'll have to get through Beerus. And I do believe that if these two were to fight, that it would be the strongest battle that we have ever seen in Dragon Ball history. Let me explain. Now, what I'm about to say next is pretty obvious, but Black Frieza should currently scale above Goku and Vegeta during the Dragon Ball Superhero movie and the arc in the manga. We know this takes place after the Granola arc, and Goku and Vegeta are specifically training to surpass and fight Black Frieza. This means that Black Frieza should be relative to Orange Piccolo and the Gammas, and even Cell Max, since Toriyama stated that Orange Piccolo is now just as strong as Goku and gang. And you can argue this being Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku and Evolution Vegeta, or you could argue it meaning True Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta. And I do think that the latter is valid for this. And the Gammas are stated to also rival Goku and Vegeta, but we do know that this isn't current Goku and Vegeta, since they already have all the data up on them up until the Moro arc, which means that they don't actually scale to them after the Granola arc or once they start getting their mini power boosts. And Cell Max also being stated so powerful that if he was fully completed, then he could beat Broly, who was stated to be the strongest man in the movie, implied to be out of everyone in their base. And Piccolo says that Goku and Vegeta probably couldn't beat Cell Max, but the problem with this statement is that Piccolo hasn't seen current Goku and Vegeta, because in the manga they immediately go to Beerus's planet to train, and Piccolo last saw Moro arc Goku and Vegeta, which would make this statement make sense in that regard. And in regards to Toriyama's statement he made about Orange Piccolo, he's talking about current Goku and Vegeta, because the Gammas are above Moro arc Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Blue Evolution Vegeta, and Piccolo in his orange form one-shots one of the Gammas, which means he could one-shot the other as well, which would imply that Orange Piccolo is on the True Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta tier, while the Gammas are at least in their Super Saiyan Blue levels of power. Then Cell Max comes in and beats up Piccolo pretty badly, although Piccolo was doing this on purpose to get Gohan to get serious and go all out. And then Beast Gohan enters the mix, and he's so powerful that Cell Max can't even penetrate his aura. And Cell Max's survival instincts kick in, and he makes a huge energy ball just to try and take him down. So by order of strength, it should be Moro arc Goku and Vegeta being the weakest, then the Gammas, then base Broly, then Orange Piccolo, then Cell Max, then current Goku and Vegeta, then Black Frieza, and then Beast Gohan being the strongest. And Beast Gohan is above Black Frieza, since it was stated that Gohan became the new strongest once he unlocked his new transformation. So not only is Black Frieza relative to Beast Gohan, who's above Goku and Vegeta currently, but are also closer in power to Beerus as well. And Beerus says that since his mind is always on destruction, there's no limit to the power that he has, and you could maybe argue that's why he passively gets stronger through each arc as well. I don't know, that's just headcanon, but you know, if you want to use it, go for it. And as shocking as this sounds, Black Frieza is also near Vegito Blue's level as well in the DBS manga, since it was stated in a V-Jump magazine that Vegito Blue during the Goku Black arc is Beerus level, and Goku and Vegeta even currently within the manga aren't anywhere near Beerus, which means that they would also lose the Goku Black arc Vegito Blue. I'm not joking. And if you take the Broly movie into consideration, since we don't see the manga version of this fight, it's safe to assume that pretty much the same things played out without much changes, which would then mean that since full power Super Saiyan Broly and Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta were able to break the boundaries of reality twice, and was stated that their battle was super dimensional, this would mean that Black Frieza also scales above this feat, and if he and Beerus were to fight, they could possibly keep breaking reality over and over and over again. And there's also a chance that even now, Black Frieza could be currently training and getting even stronger than he is now. And if that's what he's actually doing right now, then I do believe that without a doubt, he can surpass Beerus. But sadly, everything that I just said might not be the case, because V-Jump released a statement that questions if Frieza is nearing a God of Destruction's level, and depending on how this is interpreted, this drastically changes the scaling for Black Frieza. If you take this statement to mean that Black Frieza is nearing the general level of the Gods of Destruction, then Black Frieza is actually weaker than we thought. In chapter 28 and 29 of the Dragon Ball Super manga, we see all of the Gods of Destruction fight in an exhibition match for the Tournament of Power, and they more than likely had gone all out, since not only do they hate Beerus, but they were also trying to impress Zeno with their power. And despite all of them trying to jump Beerus, he was still able to react to and beat up most of the gods pretty casually, aside from Quintella and Belmod, with Beerus and Quintella both being the last one standing, and Belmod faking being out of commission. And later, when all of the angels are healing their Gods of Destruction after the fight, Belmod is the only one that rejects the healing, which should go to show that in the manga, Beerus, Quintella, and Belmod are for sure the top 3 strongest Gods of Destruction, and everyone else is in the lower ends of power. And the V-Jump statement is implying that Frieza could be nearing this lower end of power. But what do you guys think? Do you feel that Frieza is actually stronger than Beerus and is actually in that high God of Destruction tier of power? Or do you think that he is currently nearing the lower end of power for God of Destruction? Something else that's important that I would also like to add is that the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie is canon to both the anime and the manga of the series. Now, if you want to be super weird and ignore a lot of blatant and obvious statements and ignore some contradictions, then you could possibly argue that Black Frieza is above anime Goku and Beerus. In the anime, it's stated that Goku surpasses Beerus with Mastered Ultra Instinct during the Tournament of Power, and Beerus, along with all the other gods, all stand up in awe and are pretty much praising Goku for mastering Ultra Instinct, or at least using it briefly during the Tournament of Power. Not to mention Jiren being stated to not only be stronger than his God of Destruction Belmod by Whis, with Belmod beating Beerus in an arm wrestling match, but is also said to be able to exert more force than the Gods of Destruction and be at the level of one in strength. Now, when it comes to the statement of being able to exert more force than the Gods of Destruction, like I said, if you want to be super weird and ignore a lot of stuff, you could just say that Jiren exerts more force than all of them combined, and obviously due to chain scaling in the series rapidly growing in power after each arc, Black Frieza would scale many times above this. And then Goku was able to gain multiple unquantifiable jumps in power and was eventually able to overwhelm and defeat Hidden Power Jiren, who was able to match and even outdo Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku many times during their battle. And both Hidden Power Jiren and Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku are both clearly above the Gods of Destruction, which you could also support with Goku saying that Broly could be stronger than Beerus, and Broly was stated to be the strongest enemy after Jiren, with Jiren also being considered an enemy, which would place Broly above him in strength. And Black Frieza surpasses all of this. Crazy. But that's if you ignore many other statements, including the Vegeta statement about Jiren in Dragon Ball Super Superhero, where he says that Jiren wasn't much stronger than Goku or Vegeta himself, but just had extremely good ki control. Honestly, I don't like this statement and I hate the characterization that they did for some of these characters in the movie, but that's a topic for another time. But if you want to go with the turbo scaling that I presented for Black Frieza, scaling above pretty much everyone except for Beast Gohan in the anime continuity, then go for it. Or if you think that where he's currently at, being below all the gods of destruction right now, that's also fine too. Or do you think that Black Frieza is actually Beerus level in the manga and the V-Jump statement is just inaccurate or false? Let me know down below what you guys think. I'm actually really curious. In all honesty though, I do think that if we are to get a Black Frieza versus Beerus fight, just as I said at the beginning of the video, it will be one of the strongest fights that we have ever seen in Dragon Ball history. Thank you all for watching the video, and please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you're new here or enjoy my content. I have many other Dragon Ball related videos. I have 2 of them on screen right now. If you all want to check those out, then please do. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Merry Christmas to everybody who's also watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.